As promised in video 19 that I did yesterday, I was going to show you how you can edit logic using a normal web browser. This one's Chrome that I've got open at the moment, on a Tridium N4.11. So let me just log into here. And there's the palette. So, but let's go to the wire sheet first. Expand config. Expand drivers. And I've got a wire sheet in this current bar. Views, wire sheet. So we've got the Modbus points coming in here via RS485. All I'm doing is putting these to a divide block and adding up the total ampage. And these three items here I can adjust if required. And this is just information: the vendor ID, product ID, firmware version, they just read only, and we've got a temperature there of 16.4 degrees, and we're using 6 breakers. You see more information about what the device is on video 19, but what I wanted to show you is once you've installed Niagara 4.11, you don't need to use your workbench to do any editing. You can actually do it direct from a web page, which also means you could use a Mac PC that hasn't got workbench software designed for it. You can only use workbench software on a Linux based system or a Windows based system. You can't use it on a Mac. So you can actually edit the logic. So let's just put something in here. So if I open up Kit Control, and go to logic, and we'll just put an XOR gate in there, drag and drop, test XOR. And then if I right click that, new Boolean writable, test 1, duplicate that, I'll have to copy and paste, or bin another one across, but let's just do a copy and let's do a paste. Join them up. Ah, that's interesting. I don't think you can write software. You can only just view it and change it and add blocks. That's not right. You should be able to. Ah, yeah. I don't know what happened there. Probably just clicked on the wrong bit. Mouse is slow. That's because I'm recording as well as doing the video. Set that to false. Set that to false. We have a false output. Normally I use an XOR gate for a mismatch alarm. So for example, say test 1 was enable a pump. Let's just set that to on. So we've got a true there now. And test 2, for example, was a DP to prove flow. So we know the pump's running. Now it's gone back to false because we've got 2 trues. So if we've got one that's not true, i.e. B or A, and it's false, and the other one's true, then you're always going to get a true out there. 2 trues give you a false, 2 falses give you a false. And what you would do if this was some sort of pump and DP, you would wait. So let's put a timer in here. See if I can find where the timers are. It will let me drag down. Maybe I've got to drag it down on that there. Yes. Timer. Boolean delay. Wait 30 sec. I've got my caps lock on. So we put an on delay there. Of 30 seconds. So I'm looking for my save button. Oh, it's up there. It's there. You can tell you that I don't use a web browser to do logic. Are you sure you want to log off? No, I don't want to log off. At least it reminded me. So there's my save button. How do I get out of that? Don't want to remove slots. Don't want to reorder. I don't want to export it. Okay. Is there something I'm missing here? Can't drag that down. So how the hell? Maybe I just go back into the wire sheet again after editing it. Views. Okay. Would take some getting used to for me when I'm used to Workbench. But I presume if you didn't have Workbench at the time and your remote site and you wanted to get in and just slightly adjust some logic or look at what's going on, then that's the one to do. Let's see whether we can right click that and take out them pins. Are they out not pinned? Yes you can, that's still the same. So we can take out that pin. Let me get the box there. We can OK it. So we can right click the desktop and we can do a Boolean. I didn't want numeric writable, I want Boolean writable. Cancel. New Boolean writable. Thank you. That to in10. Some people use in16. I just use in10. If it's a backnet point by a network, I use in9. So when I see something that's in9 on my logic, I know it's backnet or Modbus, a network device. But when for normal logic, i.e. it's logic within the software, I will use in10. In16 I never really use. So if I lose DP, let's just put that to rename. I'll just put flow _1 _DP. I think that covers most of it. And we'll do that one as rename. And we'll do that one as an enable _start _ enable _start will do. So if we lose DP while we're running, set so the mouse, I think because I've got this open and I'm recording at the same time, the mouse is lagging behind slightly. I know, blaming my own tools. Maybe I need to get a faster PC. Okay, that has started to time now for 30 seconds. See if I can expose that pin slots while waiting 30 seconds. And that's going to be an on delay and on delay active, so you can see that point as well. Okay, so that's your true there. So that would normally send out an alarm. You can put an alarm point to it. Should we do that? See if we've got an alarm point. And if not, let's find it. Okay, alarm points are there anyway. See if we can do that in this web browser. Just open up that one, expand them points for there. Scroll down. Let's see whether we can do a drag and drop. Boolean change of state alarm. Okay. So we get DP again. And that alarm will go out. Yep. See how override works. See if you get the purple still. I'm sure you do. So let's do an emergency inactive. Yep, still get the purple. That's now timing again for 30 seconds. And after 30 seconds, it will alarm. Put that back to normal. Emergency auto. Okay, so if I've not got a palette here, I presume I press the plus button up at the top and I can search for a palette. So if I want the ISMA palette, so if I put the ISMA module on here, which I don't. Modbus async palette. So yeah, you can get your palettes from the list. Fox palette, kit control, kit PX. Let's just do kit PX. Go OK. There it is. What about Vicom palette? Did I see the Vicom palette there? No, no Vicom palette. Right. So I'm sure I'll have the Vicom palette. So this is probably, no, it can't be just the palettes that's loaded. Oh yeah, it could be. Yeah, it will be. It'll be the pallets that's just loaded onto the station. Can I actually go into... No, I won't be able to go into the platform. Okay, so let me load up the find it, 4.1 workbench. Let me load up that. So I've still got that running in the background. So I'm on my other screen at the moment. Drag across my workbench. Just go into the platform of the station. And then we want software manager. While I'm waiting for that to load, let's just close this one down. Or should we test it with it open? No, let's just close it down. So I'm not going to just close it down normally, I'm just going to close down the web page, see what happens. I've made some changes to a station and I'm just going to close down the web page. Right, now I'm going to look for some modules that I want installing. I've got the ISMA IO RT. I haven't got the ISMA module for the mix 18 and mix 38 IO. So Vicon Pro, let's install that one. Okay, and let's do the transform as well while we're at it. See if there's anything else I want to install here. Series transform, this goes with the transform. No, we don't want Nexon's Mbus. No, very well I use Mbus now. Modbus TCP, yeah, I do use Modbus TCP. Let's just install that. And I use BACnet as well every now and again. So let's go to BACnet. I don't use KNX that much. BACnet, BACnet, BACnet. This is standard. Install. And commit. So that's going to reboot the bloody station, so I'm going to just press pause and I'll come back once that's done. Okay, let's see where we are with this now. Now it's rebooted. So I'm going to go in on the web page, see what we've got. Come on. https://192.168.1.140. Be interesting to see if that logic saved, because I didn't save it as such. Expand that. Drivers. Modbus. Coolant bar. Wire sheet. It's still in there. Okay, that's good. Well, then let's see if we can see a palette now, a Vicon palette or one that I've added. Yeah, they're there now. Vicon Pro, utility and transform. That's good then. So once you've got the module in, that can use that module and bring up the palette. There we go, Vicon Pro. So I should be able to put that across to my services. So let's expand the services. Drag that Vicon Pro service across. Too far. Drop it. Okay. And if I double click it, it should be running. Which it is. Now I should be able to right click this. I know I never saved it last time and it still saved it. If I right click this config here, actions, save. So we can save it from there as well. Okay, I still prefer Workbench, but it's nice to use another web browser to access the logic. You can change and add. You can't get into the platform, I don't think, though, which is not a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. You make sure you put the modules that you want into your station via Workbench for access if you need to via web browser. I like that. It's good. Thank you for watching. If you can press subscribe, what did they say? Press subscribe, ring the bell, or click the bell. I don't know, but if you can subscribe, I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. Bye.